Hey guys, today we're going to be covering the Xelor. Now, before we get into that, somebody brought up a pretty valid point on my last vid, and that's that you really shouldn't mix a power leveling vid with a full class review. You know, something as simple as an opinion comes off as, oh please God, don't play this class, it completely sucks. So, yeah, we're going to try to avoid that with the Xelor and simply stick to the basics. So, let's get started. Okay, as you can see here, we went ahead and skipped a little bit. We've got the Gobbat here. Now this is just an example of how to utilize the Xelor and kite a mob around your dial. Your target mob is actually anything with 4 move speed. You can kite a 3, you can kite a 5, but both of them are odd numbers and they don't really fit around your dial in a clean fashion. So, try to go for a mob with 4. For me, I tried the Gobbat and I think the Ghibli, which is the female boar, and they work pretty well. You get a good amount of experience. The female boar has about 250 HP, which is more than double what the Gobbat here has. You'll get 1800 experience for her and about 3300 for the female boar. The Gobbat, of course, is going to die faster, but you know, it's your preference. I'm going to say whichever one you want to kill, you can. Actually, you can skip straight to the Boo Wolves, to be completely honest, but I'm not really positive you'll survive. And the fact that the dial isn't like the Sadi Totem, and you can't kite around it indefinitely. You can cast it 3 times, and unless you're putting points into the dial, it's not going to last any longer. You're going to need to output a lot of damage. Now the cool thing is that if you upgrade the dial, it's going to increase your overall damage. The max on it is, I think, 50%. So you get 50% bonus damage, which will pretty much negate even the 38% resistance on the Boo Wolf. As you can see here, you got 1700 experience with no candy. You level up your spells. Your goal for this is actually to get to level 20. And we're going to jump into, I think it's the Glee? I don't know, female boar. Anyway, so your goal is to get to 20 so you can equip a real weapon, so you can fight the Boo Wolves. There's really no restriction beyond that. You can just jump straight in. So, I guess I might want to explain this a little bit. You're going to want to start out a panel away, as you can see, and keep the dial to their back, to their front, to their side, wherever. You just want the dial starting directly on top of them. And they'll move in the same exact fashion every time. The thing you need to be careful with, though, is that since I'm using water here, which actually isn't too bright, if you take away too much AP and they can't attack you, they will actually run off their normal path, and they'll run off to the side, away from you, which kind of screws the whole thing up. So if you do elect to use water, be careful. Also keep in mind, this works for every single element. The only diff is that you would have to level the dial. So if that's not in your build, this might be a little difficult for you to do. But to me, it's kind of a Xelor staple. Of course, that might come off as an opinion. Anyway, so again, super easy. Start them at the back, smack them, and they'll run the exact same pattern every time. If they do start to deviate a little bit, use your back to get them back on track. You know, just use your head a little bit. Sometimes they will go off course for no particular reason. But I have yet to have that problem with the Boo Wolves, though. They pretty much do the exact same route, regardless which way my back is facing, which is kind of weird. So, she's about to go down. 3,300 experience, and let's see here, how much spell EXP? Yeah, not much. So, and keep in mind, this was without rare candies, so you'll get about 5,000, a little over 5,000 with the candies. And there you go. Just make sure you've got at least 5 charges before you start taking some things on. I think I took on the Boo Wolves up here with only 5 charges, and it is doable, but you definitely need a weapon, something that deals real damage. Now, as you can see, I've got 38% fire bonus damage. It negates their resistance, so my weapon will deal even without any spells. As you've seen, I have no fire spells leveled. That's simply from my gear and my nation bonus. That negates their resistance, so my weapon's going to deal 100% damage to them. As you, I picked such a crappy location for this fight. This place is very blocky and very oh, what's the proper word for this? It's I'm gonna say I almost said claustrophobic. It's just very compact. So you might be hard pressed every now and again to find one of these guys solo, and even more so to find one in a decently open area. So you're going to need all of the entirety of your dial not to be touching a rock, tree, or something else. So as you can see, my attack just did 48 damage because I had back damage on him. The Xelor is king at this when it comes to kiting. You can hit their back almost every single time. You know, that weapon has a base damage of 25. That's it, and I have no bonuses whatsoever to fire skills yet. This is the very first time I use a fire spell. Yet I'm almost doing 50 damage. I think I'm doing 70-something now, and I'm level 22, level 23, but I have all my fire spells at level 30, or excuse me, level 20, sorry. So again, he's pretty easy to kill. You just need that weapon. You need something to deal a decent base damage so you can raise the rest of your spells evenly. So there is no preference for which element you need. I should equip a fire spell. Just use it off to the side. Certain spells you need to be very leery of, because again, if you get this guy deviated from his course, or you cause him to go a different direction specifically, it can really screw up your leveling experience, and the fact that he could probably kill you. I only have 318 HP. He can hit between 50 and 70 damage. If he's got his buff, he'll break 100. So you gotta be very careful with this guy. Not to mention, you only have so many tries you can use this needle. So, the needle costs 2 Wakfu every time you cast it. It lasts for however many turns you've leveled it up. So if you have 5 charges, it'll last 5 turns. 6 charges is the max. So, and it also, of course, increases your bonus damage. Like I said before, you get 50% at max cap. So if you wait till 20 to fight this guy, you'll have it completely maxed, get 50% bonus damage, and it will last 6 turns. So this guy's got 20 HP, finish him off. Dude. There you go. Loads and loads of experience. Level 20 I took him down. So, 19 levels. Oh, he's not even worth what a Crow Chief is. Anyway. So, there you go. Level 20, got all my fire spells unlocked now from using just one. Same as all the other power level vids. I'm beginning to wonder if there isn't a class that you can kill super high level mobs on. And yeah, I always remember, try to get some wisdom gear. The precipice is a pretty good one. And some candy and whatnot. The ring's good. Anyway, good luck.